Hi guys, it's Patty with Patty's Paper Designs. How are all of you folks today? Doing well, I hope. Well, we are going to start a new project. We're putting Blue Ladies on hold for a little bit. I think I mentioned that we were going to do a journal from a lunch bag. And it's going to be a Valentine's journal. So we're going to get that started so we can get it finished up. It shouldn't take us too terribly long. I'm hoping we can get it done in 2 videos. So what you're going to need are 2 lunch sacks. And these are the papers that I'm using. I've intermingled coffee dyed digitals with this kit. I'm trying to think here. The kit is called Love Always, and I'm pretty sure it's from the Junk Journal Studio. And so are these coffee dyed papers, which are really kind of nice. I mean, they're not, exactly like coffee dyed. They don't have the texture, but they have the, they have the look. And she has 2 essential packages that contain about 50 or 60 pages each, I believe. And, or maybe not quite that many, but several. And the coffee dyed paper is in one of the packages, one of the digital kits, just for your information. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside, and we are going to start out with 2 paper bags. And one of them you need, for whatever reason, my lunch bags, most of the ends are kind of curled like this. You don't want that. I think I got these from the Dollar Tree. This is what they look like. This is the sack they came in. So they're paper bags. It says they're 5.5 inches by 3 1/8, or no, 5 1/8 inches by 3 1/8 by 10 5/8. And I'm sorry, that's probably glaring in your face. Let's see, does it say on here? Well, it's made in the USA. That's kind of nice. But it doesn't say if they're actually from the Dollar Tree, but I kind of think they were. I try to get stuff from there to craft with whenever I can, paper products especially. So we can use this one because I'm going to cut this part off. But what you want to do with this here bag is, you can use any size bag you want, but you're going to have to adjust your digitals according to the size of bag that you have. So you want to open your bag up, and you want to, the easiest way I found to do this is to fold along this crease like that. Get it, if you can, get down to this. Kind of awkward to show you with a limited amount of space. You want to get down to this crease too. You might have to stick your fingers in there inside the bag so you can get down to that crease. And then you want to get this point out. I'm going to get this point out here. So you want the point to look like this. And try to keep it from being bunched up as much as you can. You don't want all that bulk in there. Smooth down your creases here. Get them all smoothed down. And then do the same thing on the other side. Now, I saw this, but I don't remember where I saw this. so I can't really refer you to the channel that it came from. I should have written it down, but honestly, I'm going by memories. I may not even be doing this the way they originally did. So it's a little bit of a pain, but once you get it going, it takes, you know, it doesn't take too long to get it done. There we go. We seem to be doing okay here. Okay. So, now you might want to take your bone folder, which is what I did. You might want to take your bone folder and kind of smooth these creases out. Get them smoothed out as best as you can. I did this on both sides. And then what we have is we're working with something that is almost 11 long. Actually, it's 10 3/4 long, and a little bit more than well, it's probably about 8 3/8 tall, about that. So now what you want to do is you want to take this bag here, and we're going to cut off this part. Well, actually, we're really cutting off this part. So, and I'm not measuring. All the measuring is going to happen later. Okay. Well, actually, the later is going to be shortly. I want to make sure this is straight. And it doesn't look like it is. So I want to make sure that it is. And it's not. So let's go ahead and make sure it gets straightened up. I think that's probably about good. I don't know what I did with the other piece. Seems to be missing. Oh, it fell in the trash. You don't want to throw this away. You want to keep this because you can make little elements for your journals with that. Okay, so now let's get this straightened up. Alrighty. Well, I don't know if it's actually straight or not. Kind of looks like it cut wonky. Let me try it again. Well, it's not going to do it for me. That's okay. We're going to end up cutting part of that off anyway. So now you want to open this sack, this part of it up on this middle fold. You want to smooth it out again like we did this first one. Try and get the creases pressed out as best you can. And then what I'm going to do is, my journal is going to be this is going to be a fold line. And then from this fold line, to the end is going to be 11. So when we fold it in half, the fold will be at 5.5. So let's go ahead and measure 5.5. And draw a line. Okay, draw a line there. This is our fold line. And then we want to go over an inch this way to 4.5. And draw another line. Then we're going to turn this over, and we're going to measure the fold line No, we don't need to measure the fold line on this side. We'll do that later. We're going to take this, and I took the end that was the top of the sack, and I put it like this. Put my sack inside of here. Okay. Then you want to get it lined up on that line that we measured at 4.5 inches. So this is 4.5 inches. Down here somewhere is 5.5 inches, which will be the fold line. Okay. So we're strengthening the fold line is what we're doing. Because this is a real flimsy bag. I mean, it's like probably about the thickness of the stuff that comes in Amazon packages. Now we're going to turn it around because I'm right-handed and I can do this better with my right hand. If you're left-handed, you do it however is comfortable for you. Or even if you're right-handed, do it however is comfortable for you. Okay, so I'm going to take my art glitter glue and I'll straighten this back up. It kind of walked out on me. There we go. Then I'm going to take this and I'm just going to load this up on the inside with about 3 lines of glue. And I expect that it is going to ooze out on me, so I've got a paper towel handy. And it sort of moved on me. But in the whole scheme of things, I think that will be okay. I mean, you know, I'm really not into perfection. I don't think most of us crafters are. If we were, we would be Probably pretty frustrated most of the time. Okay, what have I got on my thing here? It almost feels like plastic. Huh. Oh well. Okay, so we're going to turn it over and we're going to do that same process. Stick our nozzle way down in there and do about 3 lines of glue. And then smooth it out with our bone folder. Okay. Now, as you can tell, we've covered up our lines that we made. So we kind of need to make them again. Well, one of them we need to make again, and then we need to make another line that's different. So we're going to go back and we're going to do we're going to do the 5.5 inch fold line. That's not what I want to do. This is what I want to do. Measure that off. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put another line 3/4 this way, 3/4 of an inch this way from the fold line. So that would be 6 1/4 on my mat here. Okay. So now this is my fold line. I'm going to put that on here, fold line. And I'm going to call this my I guess I'm going to call it my paper line. Paper line. Okay. So now you need to determine, okay, so our thing's going to fold over like this. I'm not going to fold it exactly because it's not dry yet. So it's going to fold over like this. We're going to end up cutting part of this off. And then this is going to fold over the top. Okay, so it's going to kind of like this. But you need to determine where you want this piece. The video I watched had the piece on this side. But as I was thinking about it and checking it out and all that sort of thing, I decided that when you open up your journal, you're going to open up the back of the journal. I don't want to open up the back of the journal. I want to open up the front of the journal. So I'm going to have this piece on this side. And so when I open up my journal, here's the front of my journal. Does that make sense? Maybe it will as we go along. So anyway, I'm going to put this one aside because I've got one that's a little bit drier that I did just a bit ago. And I'm going to finish working on this one. Now I did glue this end shut, but that's not really necessary because I'm going to end up cutting part of that end off. So what I want to do is, since this is 8 1/4 inches this way, we have to cut down our 8.5 by 11 digitals. So I'm putting this in my journal as my, what do I want to call it? I'm putting it as my inside cover. And so I'm going to line it up at the bottom or the top, doesn't matter, just so you don't have to trim off both its ends. And I'm going to line it up over here. Now if you want to do it differently, you can. If you want to cut 3 different panels, if you want to cut a panel for here and a panel for here and a panel for here, that's fine. You'll have to figure out the process for all that. I've figured out the process for all this. And what I want to do is I want to line this up at the 3/4 inch line right here. It's a 3/4 of an inch away from the fold line, and at the bottom of my paper sack. And then I want to glue that down. And just as a warning, these sacks are not square. So even though you marked your line correctly, you're going to be off a little bit, either down here or up here. So just, account for that. So now I am going to take glue, not a whole lot of glue, and I am going to use art glitter glue, and I'm going to glue inside here. Like I said, I'm not going to use a whole lot. Then I'm going to put that down. And I see I'm going to have to cut off this one end anyway. I kind of got it off. I got it off. I wanted to have it. Well, it meets up here better than it does down here. Okay. So then I am going to put just a thin line of glue right here. Oops. I'm going to glue that down. Okay, all that's down. All right, now I'm going to turn it this way. I'm going to lift up, and I'm going to avoid the fold line. I don't want to get the fold line wet. And I'm going to put glue here. Okay. I'm going to make sure that's stuck down. Okay. I'm going to turn it over. I'm going to put the lid on my glue. And I am going to, well, it's kind of stuck. Oh, there we go. you know, I need to take the nozzles off my glues and clean them. My Barely Arts glue, which is right here, I pulled the little round tip off, you know, the little round thing that's on the top of your pen. I pulled that off, so I'm going to have to take some tweezers and pull that out. So I haven't been using that for a long time. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to try to fold this. Or at least get it started. Yeah. There we go. Okay, there's that. There we are. Then I'm going to cut this off. Or I guess I could just put this part on. No, I can't. I got to find the fold line here. I think I got to do some more measuring. Okay, so this should be my fold line here. So I'm going to do this. Get it creased, get it go into the fold. Now, I want to make, so this is our fold line. See, that's 5.5 inches. That's our 5.5 inch fold line. So now I want to come over another 3/4 of an inch. Make another line. And now I'm going to put this paper down. Okay. Now this is real flimsy paper. I mean, it's not flimsy. It's not regular copy paper weight. It's 28 pound, I think, which is a little bit thicker than copy paper weight. Okay, so now there we have that. All right, so now I'm going to trim this. So how have you guys been doing? You got anything going on in your craft room? You got, you making any Valentine's journals or cards or any kind of Valentine's projects at all? Why don't you let me know in the comments what it is you might be doing, okay? I know we're a little bit out of focus or out of view, but it can't be helped because this is kind of a long sack. How's your weather? I am in Indianapolis, in the United States, and it's a little cooler today than it was yesterday. I think it's probably about mid-40s. But the last few days, it's been in the 50s, I think. Which is unseasonably warm for us. We're usually, February is usually our coldest month. Okay, there we go. So now what we want to do is I think I want to fold this middle if I can. Oh, I need to put the lid on my glue. Are you guys as bad about remembering to do that as I am? It certainly doesn't help keep your glue fresh. That's for sure. Okay, there we go. Not too bad, not too bad. Okay. Now, I don't know if these things are directional or not. So I'm going to have them going this way. Because this is how it's going to open. It's going to open over here. And so now, we need to mark this. Because we're going to cut that off. At least we're going to cut off part of it. So, we are going to, let's see. I think I'm going to cut it off at about, you know what, I think I made my measurements a little bit wrong. But that's okay, we'll fix that. We need to have room for it to fold, for this flap here to fold. So I think I'm going to, see, I was originally going to have it be 6 inches wide, and something told me not to do that. That's okay though. I think I'm going to cut this down to 5 1/4. So that'll give me about 1/4 inch to have my flap go under. About 1/4 inch for this flap to go under this flap. So let's do that. Did I say 5 1/4? 5 1/4. And I think I'm going to have to take this over to my other trimmer, my bigger trimmer, when I trim it. But it shouldn't take me too long to get it done. Okay. Is that what we want to do? Yep, I think it is. Okay. Hold on, I'll be right back. I'm trimming. Trimming. Okay, so yeah, that worked out pretty good. We now have probably about 1/4 inch, which is what we wanted. Okay, so now I'm going to put glue in here again. Glue this shut. I had thought about making it a pocket, but I decided I didn't want to do that because it'd be difficult to get anything in and out of it, I think. Okay, there's that. All right, so I'm pretty happy with that. Now, I am going to reinforce the spine. I might put some fabric on the inside, and I might put some, and I'm definitely going to put some lace on the outside. So, but let's get the outside covered. So for the outside, I'm going to be using this paper here. And I'm going to do it the same way that I did just a minute ago with the other paper. I'm going to go down here to this overlap line that I marked on here, which is 3/4 of an inch from our fold line. I'm going to get that all lined up. And I'm going to come under here and I'm going to put glue, not on the fold line, for the flap, the top flap, not on that fold line, and not on this fold line here, but everywhere else in the middle. And I'm not going to go around the edges either, because I'm going to sew this. I don't know if I told you that earlier, but I am going to sew it. I don't want that glue sticking up getting my needle all sticky. Now I'm going to put a little thin line of glue here in between the fold line and the overlap line. Make sure that stays in place. Then I'm going to come around here and glue on this flap that goes over the top. Get that burnished real well. I like that. I like that inside. And I'm not going to measure on this side. I think I can go by these stripes. I can fill the fold line right there. So I think if I go over to this white stripe, that'll give us enough. That'll be about 3/4 of an inch. So let's figure out let's get ourselves lined up here. What did I say, this white stripe? Yeah. Wasn't thinking that these stripes would help me align it, but it sure is helpful. Well, I just got off. Okay. So I was, let's see, when did I see the puppies last? Well, they're 4 weeks old. They were 4 weeks Thursday. I don't think I saw them last Sunday. No, I didn't, because I was out of town. I went out of town with some friends, and I went out of town Friday, and I got back into town late Sunday evening, and I didn't see the puppies. I haven't seen them for 2 weeks now. I saw them on, well, now wait a minute, that may not be right. I think I saw them the Thursday before I left. So but they are getting big. And they were walking. And it was real cute because they were just learning to walk. So they were stumbling and tripping and falling down. They were so cute. Oh yeah, you saw the video on I posted the video on my YouTube. That's right. So I didn't post him stumbling and falling or anything like that, but they sure were stumbling and falling. I wonder if I can do this in my trimmer on this one edge. I might make it a little more straight, huh? We can at least try, huh? And I am going to ink ran into something my trimmer didn't like. I don't know what it was. See, I told you these sacks were off. See that line's crooked. This line over here is probably crooked too. I should probably have taken that into consideration when I was selecting papers, but I didn't. I'm not going to do that one that way. I don't think I can get it lined up right. So we'll just use the old handy dandy scissors. Let me see, is there anything else exciting I can let you know? My youngest son, Corey, and I are going to be going to Myrtle Beach. I think we're leaving on March 9th. So in just about a month. Oh, that one wasn't too bad. Off a little bit here. I think that'll be all right. I can put some trim on there. Yep, I can. Okay, so let's trim off the rest of this here stuff. So I don't know, we're gonna drive. He's gonna drive. I don't know if we're gonna drive his car or my car. He's got a Prius, so I mean, it's kind of a tough decision. He has a Prius, so he gets good gas mileage. I have a GMC Acadia, so I've got more room. So I think he wants to drive his car, and I would like to take my car. So I guess we have to discuss that. But whatever, you know, whatever he wants to do is fine with me. He's the driver. Alrighty. Now I'm trying to think if I want to sew the lace and the fabric on or just glue it. I kind of think I would like to just glue it. I'm probably gonna have to trim that up a little bit more when I'm done sewing. Yeah, I'll have to. But anyhow, so this is it. I mean, it'll look better when it's sewn. But I'm thinking about putting a waterfall here. I thought about putting a pocket. I don't know. Maybe I'll put a waterfall back here. And a pocket here. So I'm going to let this dry before I fold it anymore. I think it needs to relax. And so I guess this is going to, well, let's see. I'll show you the papers I've picked out. So this is going to be my top page. I haven't folded them yet. This is going to be my front page right here. No, that's not right. This is going to be my front page right here. So that will go in right there. When I picked it out, I didn't realize that this was the same as that. Well, it's not totally the same. Similar. Well, it's not the same at all. Good, I'm glad. Okay, and so then on this side we have that. And then there should be a coffee dyed paper here, but there isn't. I don't know where it is. It's supposed to be there. Maybe I've got two of them somewhere. And so this is the same as that. I'm going to turn it around. I don't want one. Is that right? Is that the same paper? I don't even know. I think it is. Yeah, it is, I think. Yeah, it is. Okay, so I want it to go that way. Fortunately, there's no writing on this page. That's good. Then here's a coffee dyed paper, nothing special. Then here's another one of the first page. I might change the order of these. That's a pretty one, I think. Here's another coffee dyed paper. This one is pretty too, I think, with the hearts. And on the back of that, that's pretty, I think. Another coffee dyed paper. And then we have this one with these, what are these called? They're doves, I guess. They're lovebirds, they're kissing. And there's that page with music and roses. Another coffee dyed paper. And here's another one of those pages. I really like this page. I think you can probably tell. Now, I've got to figure out and make sure I've got it the right way. And I can't tell. Yeah, that's the right way there. Okay. Uh-oh. Well, this one has to go that way. All right, that's fine. Nobody will be the wiser. Just me and you. This one I think is pretty too. The roses with the striped background and the print. Then we have another one of those heart pages with lines. Another coffee dyed paper. Another heart pages with lines. Got a lot of heart pages with lines. And we have this page. Another coffee dyed paper. And we have this page again. And we have this as our centerpiece. I think that's pretty. So that's our signature. And since this is 8.5 by 11, and since I made our signature, made our cover 5.5 inches wide, I'm going to have to cut off about at least 1/4 inch off of these pages, or maybe 1/2 inch. But I'll figure that out in between videos. So that's it for today. And you guys take care, and we'll see you in the next video. And when we do, we'll be putting our signature in and doing a little bit of decoration. So you take care, guys, and we'll see ya. Bye-bye.